Yo, what is good? My anniversary faithful. What is good, yo? So we have finally seen another side of this demon that is our main character and how ridiculously powerful this man truly can become. It's kind of scary. Not to mention just the simple fact that everybody he went against this week didn't even, or not this week, but everybody he went against in the story, there was a chance for him to probably pop this in like a worse way than he already did, because as of when I was making last week's video, I was talking about how he did not want to borrow the god's powers or anybody's powers. So it made it really counterproductive in the show to me that then he would go to copy some powers, like sure they're the powers of his friends, but he said he didn't want to borrow the powers of even the gods. So wouldn't the powers of your friends be even, kind of even more messed up because they grind for what they got? But outside of that, we go into what I like to see explained and seen in the case of like the gods and these powers and whatnot. Excuse me. Is the Nine-Tailed Fox's backstory? Why did it descend to Earth? And it was kind of lackluster, I'm not gonna lie, the way that they just kind of threw the information right in your face and then they're like, alright, cut the song real quick. So pretty much the Nine-Tailed Fox was appointed as a guardian of heaven, and once it had become feared and started to get attacked by others that it would be, more than likely to try to protect, it found out that, nah, I ain't gonna put up with this, and destroyed half of heaven. Just destroyed half of heaven, casually, okay? So now, this Nine-Tailed Fox being that could destroy half of heaven is getting stalemated with someone who still hadn't fully reached his power level, right? So he's still, reaching and looking to obtain his power. But this person who is in full Nine-Tailed Fox is clearly not capable of destroying half of heaven right now, right? Like that should be what they were trying to showcase just through the fight alone and just through how little control this guy had over the Nine-Tailed Fox. So with him coming in and out of it, it was pretty cool to see him summoning up all these fire foxes to fight for him. See, Firefox. Just summon them up just to see where he can get at the end of the day, because overall, man, this fight, this episode in its entirety felt really sloppy because it was just all over the place. Like the outside matches and like the outside information that was trying to be set up really just didn't hit all that well because of how not only quickly the match ended, but how kind of, I think it was kind of lackluster for a reason. In the case of like me wanting to see people go above and beyond, it felt like the Nine-Tailed Fox should have been much more dominant in the fight than he was, in my opinion, I guess. And it felt like Jin Mori is redonkulously broken, guys. This character does not even get touched by the Nine-Tailed Fox if he ever masters uh, what he tapped into, because he didn't even fully manifest his weapon, right? He didn't fully manifest his weapon. I feel like his whole entire power, like the Nine Tails sticking out and then calling up demons and then, doing flaming punches and all this stuff, utilizing its power was not something that Gene did even after he winds up unlocking his ability. So for me, I'm just lost in awe, right? I'm just like baffled that this is even happening. And for the whole entire rest of the show, I'm sitting there trying to figure out like how does he get any true matches out of his opponents? And we can clearly see who's going to be the person that's going to match up with him, and it's the guy who's walking out scot-free after attacking the suit people. And surprisingly enough, he took no damage, man. Like, he straight up took no damage in the slightest. So I'm actually not surprised that he will probably end up just fighting the nine-tailed fox and maybe even the shark guy, because they're both out there uh, about to just go off on each other. The thing that is crazy to me is the like, not inconvenient, but the overall struggle that the nine-tailed fox character is just going through, man. Not only did your friend get completely, like, brutally beat on, and her leg broken to a point where supposedly she can't fight anymore, but now you're two other people that fought tooth and nail with you to get you the prize money so you can maybe fix her, is now all of them are in, like, capable of fighting the way that they used to, because they both just lost limbs, which I didn't think was going to be the case. I thought they were going to go relatively lax on them. Boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong. He just takes the shark, eats the whole top half of this guy after he's slowed down. I mean, the shark guy is by far the most blatant and obvious evil guy, right? Like, he is by far the definition of what I would think of evil person who does whatever needs to be done if they see the opportunity. Not only did he use the maid woman to slowly make the person who was, like, contaminated by his shark powers, I guess, like, part of his energy fused with this guy while he was trying to recover. How he's still alive after being chomped on multiple times he was chomped on, and here he still is, alive and well, but not anymore after what we just saw. But regardless of that, it's these types of things that make me wonder if the story is going to, if it feels like it's just doing too much too fast, and it's suffering for it because of just how quickly things pop off. We went from seeing the shark guy, being in a position where he's helping, to all of a sudden being the reason why the nine-tailed fox is manifesting and about to destroy him again, because of how he handled the situation while his friends were on the back. But in my opinion, it was either that or get drained, man. Like, they were donezo, and because he did what he did, they actually get to live, compared to just getting sucked in like the other bodyguards. Because the person that the maid that he eats, she got spit out like Cell spitting out Android 18, and then the people who were guarding the front door don't even get like, they don't even get another scene because they're just gone. So I don't know what to feel about if they're actually going to come back or not. And then that's my point of saying that could have been easily his friends at the end of the day. So I think they were saved, even though they lost limbs in the process of it. They were saved. But man, he is just so brutal, bro. He put a tooth through her hands to make the guy pay attention to her. Then he brings her close to him, so he's holding on to her, and then he uses one of the teeth to pierce not only the guy that he's trying to kill, but the woman, just because, might as well. She's a part of the problem, I guess. So it just goes to show you how ridiculously disgusting some of these people truly are once they get their bearings, and they could just start manipulating the fight in their favor and their flavor. So I'm definitely interested to seeing more of what's going to happen, because at this point I honestly can't tell you what fully is going to pop off. But what I do know is the main character Jean is going to save the day, or at the end, at least he's going to fight and fight against this guy who's opening these doors. I feel like all the people in the black suits are about to get absolutely massacred. It feels like the fight outside that took place lasted uh, pretty long, but they all shouldn't be that tired and exhausted from what it looks like. So we should be getting some interesting stuff popping off outside of it. But as of for right now, the God of High School tournament is over, and we are looking at the free realm of what this show can become, which I kind of don't like it being called the God of High School, simply because the tournament's already over within what, 11 episodes, and yet the story's just about to begin in the case of using these powers, absolutely destroying stuff and whatnot. So it's kind of weird that it's still called the God of High School when now the God of High School tournament is completely done and kaput. Unless they bring the God of tournament back somehow towards a really long end of the story or something, but I highly doubt it. But regardless of all that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening. Your boy got to get to work. I dropped a One Piece video really late, so I hope you guys do check that out when you get a chance, if you guys even care about One Piece. But for right now, I am gonna get out of here and try to get all this to every social media. So I hope you guys definitely watch and enjoy, because your boy has been trying to grind out these videos as hard as possible and make them watchable, even though I can't change the audio from my PlayStation going completely haywire and just being my PlayStation. Hopefully when PS5 comes out, that won't be a problem, and we can have some videos that don't have nothing really bad in the background besides maybe a car or two that I can't control. So all that being said, everybody, have an awesome one. I will definitely talk to you sooner than later, and take care and peace.